Hey everybody, welcome to the channel, glad to have you here. Today we are going to be, not in a quick battle, but I'm going to throw in the quick battle anyways because I'm lazy. Um, a custom battle against one of my friends, Zarrakin. And I met him in quick battle, I believe, or in multiplayer or whatever, and so he messaged me and wanted to play some battles, and this was one of them, and Chaos versus Bretonnia. So you can see here, I have a pretty typical anti-Bretonian army as the Chaos. I have a main line of 4 Chaos Marauders with 3 Chaos Warriors here, intermixed. Here, I also do have these Aspiring Champions backing up the main line, and a Lord of Fire Wizard. And so he'll be dropping, let's see, what does he have? Flaming Swords of Ruin, and shooting some fireballs. Over here, we do have a kind of a goon squad in the form of 2 Dragon Ogre Shaggis, one of them being Kholek with Star Crusher. I've also got a Poison Warhound unit and just a regular Warhound unit. And I do have 1 Marauder Horseman with throwing axes. So these are the armor-piercing variant. And that's my whole army there. You can see very rushy, very chaos. His army, as Bretonnia, he has a nice wall of meat shields in the front, in the form of spearmen at arms. Behind them, he does have a main line of 4 foot squires, and this is a good choice against Bretonnia. I mean, against Chaos. They'll kill Forsaken, and they'll put up a good fight against Chaos troops, mainline infantry, like Chaos Warriors. Behind them, he does have 3 archers, one of which is fire arrows. For some extra damage. He's got 2 men-at-arms with polearms here in the back. He's got a Royal Pegasus Knight. He's got Knights of the Realm. And he does have Alberic of Bordelot here on his horse. And he does have that anti-large. So we'll see how he does. And of course, at the, well, not of course, but at the center of this army, he does have the Blessed Field Trebuchet. So this is really fun. So you can see I'm gonna have to move up right here and just engage and hope I win in the middle, and then try and bring these guys around to try and silence these bows, which are going to be very dangerous to Kholek and to my Chaos Marauders especially. My Chaos Warriors do have shields, so they're not at the most danger, but you can see this Trebuchet just like laying waste to this Chaos Warrior. See posturing up here on the side. My Marauder Horseman, I'm trying to get in there, and I see him moving up this Pegasus Knight, and so I'm gonna take that because I'm feeling very confident with my very fast Warhounds right here, and I'm gonna get a nice volley in here. But he's gonna come down, which I was not expecting, and do some early damage on this guy. But my Warhounds are gonna come in here, catch about half the unit on the ground here. Going to be doing some nice hit point damage, not really dropping very many models, you can see there. But I am doing a ton of just hit point damage to the pool. Here I do get a little close. I'm lucky that his bowmen are not looking the correct way, and I'm able to get out of there before I'm punished too heavily. You can see this one Pegasus Knight still trying to get through. Oh man, cheeky. See my main line here, now taking fire. As the Chaos Marauders slowly outpace the Chaos Warriors because they are much slower. And you can see my Chaos Marauders taking tons of damage. And now I'm kind of posturing up here. I'm going to cast Lord of the Storm on some of his high-value infantry, trying to get as much damage as I can done early. And yeah, we can kind of just watch this main line engage as Kholek takes a bunch of unnecessary fire in the back. And man, I don't think my Chaos Warriors got a charge there. I think I was charging the Spearman at Arms, so that was a very interesting move. Ooh, here, let's watch this Fireball get in there. And this is good use because Fireball kind of takes out models. And I think so it's not the worst here. It would have been better if I kind of shot down the line, but there you can see 2 Pegasus Knights is not a terrible trade for a fireball. You can see my Chaos Marauders here getting into some Spearmen, but it's not looking good. He has a ton of Spearmen out on this side. He has Bowmen in the back who are sniping out my Chaos Sorcerer of Fire, so he's shaken. And you can see this main line engaged with the Foot Squires, and this Chaos Warrior getting just like trash canned by these Foot Squires because he was being shot by that Field Trebuchet. Man. And now my Goon Squad just trying to find a place to sit as my Chaos Marauders just throw at these Men-at-Arms polearms. Trebuchet there knocking out some folk. And we are going to get a nice charge from Kholek here with that hit dismounting like 6 Knights. But Kholek with his low armor is not going to do too well here in this fight against Knights of the Realm. But this Knights of the Realm is not going to do very good against Kholek either. Pegasus Knights coming in. Fireball actually also coming in. Just taking out a ton of troops there. I think I got like 4 Pegasus Knights with that one Fireball. And so just devastating. You can see they shattered instantly when it hit. These Men-at-Arms still screening out my troops. I'd love to get these guys around here. And you can see I really have no answer to these Bowmen. I don't have any free units. I guess I could have broke off one of these Warhounds, but I was just so scared of this fight that I kind of blobbed them all in, when really, if I had just taken the non-poison Warhound and started eating these guys alive, there's really nothing he could have done about it. I guess he does have Alberic kind of waiting in the wings here. But you can see all my heroes and my Warhounds are going to rout off the field. Here I get a little too close, and I do get caught on some routing Men-at-Arms with polearms. But you can see this main line. I'm kind of slowly winning. It's very difficult to tell. I have dragged these Foot Squires out, but Kholek wavering. You can see Alberic kind of waiting, figuring out what to do as the main line continues to slog it out. Here I am going to drop a nice Lord of the Storm. Send some of these guys to the afterlife. A burned, charred, crispy afterlife. Over here you can see my Chaos Marauders with my Chaos Horsemen. Chaos Horsemen with throwing axes are tossing into these Foot Squires, and that's going to be a decent trade for them. But he does have these Peasant Bowmen turning on them, so they won't be lasting very long. But you can see here I am winning with the help of my Aspiring Champions when my Flaming Sword of Ruin. You can see this Chaos Warrior finally did lose. And even this Chaos Marauder is losing as well. I do have my Warhounds coming back, though. And very important part of the battle here, Alberic is going to try and take on Kholek and his big old brother. And Kholek does a ton of armor-piercing damage here. So you can see they're just chunking out hit points, especially with my Chaos Marauders coming in behind him. It's going to lock him down and just let Kholek go to town. But you can see very low health, and he's taking Archer Fire. So it's not looking the best here, but right now I do with my regrouped Warhounds. This is kind of their best purpose, is after they rout, bringing them back into the fight. And now I'm shutting down here these 2 very critical archer units. And you can see there, Alberic is going to be terrified. These guys are going to rout off. And now it doesn't matter how many really Foot Squires you have. Kholek is just going to eat them alive. Their tight formation there, you can see he kills like 12 dudes in one hit, which is crazy. I do have these Men-at-Arms with polearms, but without their general around, they will rout as well. And it just is infectious, and it just chain rout across the line here. If we look, yeah, friends routing, that -12 right there is very important. Faster, stronger enemies, flanks exposed, tired. It's just going to cause all these guys to rout here. Can I look at Alberic? Yeah, friends routing, really frightened. So that's a -22, and then also the damage. And with that, the balance bar shifts in my favor. This Foot Squire unit is still left. We can kind of watch as the Warhounds try and eat them. Man, I just love the Aspiring Champions. They're so cool. Chaos Marauders here coming in. Oh, let's see it. And I love Fireball. I need to be using this Chaos Sorcerer Fire more. There you can see just like not too good of a hit, but always fun to see. And yeah, that's going to be a Pyrrhic victory. So very, very close battle there. A couple of things I think that would have changed the outcome of that battle is using these spearmen in the back lines and then keeping these Knights of the Realm um, in the center of the formation. So very much like my Empire, my anti-Bretonnian Empire build. These Knights of the Realm would have been much better off if they hadn't have gotten charged by Kholek and his brother. Them and the Pegasus Knights there. So if they had kind of been kept in reserve, forced me to engage with on the Spearman because of his ranged firepower in the Peasant Bowman, I would have had to because I couldn't just let my front line engage by itself. I don't think I would have won that. Yeah, and then just use those guys, use the Knights of the Realm to then lock Kholek wherever he goes on the line. It doesn't matter. You just lock him down and then swarm him with spearmen. And just don't let him get that charge because that charge is so important. I feel like they dropped like half their health just right there on that one charge. But you can see here, these men-at-arms with polearms really just spent most of their time chasing around some folk. Alberic, 0 kills here. He would have been great if, like, while Kholek was out running around on the backs, he had just been crushing through some, like, Marauder Horsemen, or Marauder Axemen in the front line. Would have been a great use for him, or just driving him around with the Knights of the Realm. Would have been a great move. But I think it would have definitely been better to have engaged him with other cavalry, so Kholek couldn't have singled him out as much. You can see actually decent kills here on the field trebuchet on those Chaos Warriors. Wonder if 62 is enough to pay for itself, though. And you can see most of these foot squires just, I don't know what happened. They just did not perform. And you can see my Chaos Marauders with great weapons all doing really well for a 500 gold unit. And these Chaos Warriors, even the one who got like half its hit points taken out by the trebuchet, did decently well, even against armored infantry. You can see Kholek and the Dragon Ogre all both doing okay, and the Chaos Warhounds definitely pulling their weight. Chaos Sorcerer of Fire, I think, is a big reason why this kind of main line won. Dropping the Flaming Sword of Ruin constantly on the front line definitely can help. And you can see these aspiring champions. Both, I might have given them a chevron, but you can see both chunking out 60 kills and being very full health. So definitely a great unit there, keeping the Marauders in the fight so that they can really pay for themselves. But great game to Zarrakin, and yeah, thanks for watching. That's that.